Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for this week. What is that, Elsie? I just clicked here. Never been here before at Ten of Cups Tarot. Well, that means that I'm just going to look at all of the signs from Pisces or from Aries to Pisces. I'm going to mark them all down below in the description there. So you don't have to go to the description. You should just be able to scroll along the video to find the different signs. They're all included there for you. So it's all organized. And if you are interested in a private read, please know that I do have still spaces over available. I'm with you. Actually opened a few more spaces just as of recently. So if you're interested, please look in the description. Everything you need is there. So the sneak peek for the week, I just go from Aries to Pisces, and we look just to take a snippet or a couple minute look at each of the signs. And this is energy for this week, which I don't usually read for. I usually read for the week ahead. I'm usually into predictions. And I suppose this could be a little bit of a prediction, but I feel like this is, it feels like more present energy when I do the sneak peek for the week. So let's look at that. We're looking at the present and the future here. We do start with Aries. So Aries, this is where we shall start for you. Your sneak peek for this week. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for you? What's the most important thing that Aries needs to know? Aries. Hesitation, I feel. I didn't want to stop shuffling. Feels like hesitation. All right, there's the hesitation. There it is right there. Feeling hesitation, the Hanged Man. Somebody is hesitating to close a chapter. And I feel like this person, I feel like somebody here is primarily focused on that. We've got two major arcana, only 3 cards on the table. It feels like you might be primarily focused on trying to, you're still looking over the details of it, though, is what I want to say, Aries. Like, it's like you're holding off on closing the chapter. You want to, it's on your mind constantly, right? Crown of the reading. You want to close it, but you're hesitating. You want to make sure there's nothing you missed. Something, it's like your gut is telling you not to close the chapter right now. Yeah. In fact, I don't think you really want to close this chapter. I think you want the 3 of Cups. I think you want the reunion. So maybe that's why we're holding off on it. At this point, it seems like a sacrifice right now. Based on the information that you have right now, currently, about the situation, I feel as though you don't want to move hastily. I think you're waiting for your gut to tell you what to do, which is the best thing. The Hanged Man, of course, is Pisces, right? So Aries, you could be an Aries-Pisces cusper, right? You could hold both of those energies. The Universe card, yeah, is telling me that something is about to come to a close, but it could be on your side, Aries. Perhaps you're bringing something to a close and you intend on a reunion. I think once you wrap up this is what I want to say. Once you decide, once you make the decision, because I don't think you've made the decision yet. Once you make the decision as to whether you want to close this chapter for good or not, that's when the 3 of Cups happens. That's when the reunion happens, when things start to get back in the flow, is what I'm going to say. Got the Hermit and the Chariot. So you're hiding, or you've been in hiding. We've got a lot of major arcana here. We've got a lot of decisions that need to be made by you this week, and I think some really big and life-changing decisions are going to be made by you this week. It feels like you want to go forward with the reunion, with the 3 of Cups, and it feels as though this is your heavy-duty think time. That's what's happening here this week. The Hermit is here, right? Going over all the details. We've got Virgo energy. The Hermit, of course, goes in by themselves to really think about what it is that their path in life is. The Hermit is very spiritual, trying to find their path. Crosswatcher, if you're watching, I feel that that Aries is trying to find you. So what I mean by that is maybe since you saw them last, you moved, or you changed your number, or you blocked them on social media, and they don't have access to the people that you have access to. It's like the Hermit is wandering about in the spirit realm, trying to find trying to find the Three of Cups, trying to find the path to take to go there. That may be why we're holding off for now, because you don't have any answers, or you don't have the answers that you want, Aries. Here it is. There's the reason why. Yeah. So it feels like after maybe some critical conversation, somebody was kind of critical with you, that it feels like you have some. It was a bad conversation the last time you spoke with them. It was, but there is a realization since you've grown. We've got the Emperor and the Tower. So the Emperor is going to have a tower about the Three of Wands. I really need to go, even though the Five of Swords is here, but so is the Two of Pentacles. So whether it is that you think it's going to be harsh conversation, or maybe you're just ready to fight for this now and you weren't before, but the Two of Pentacles is here right behind the Emperor, indicating that maybe you just don't feel up to it. You don't feel like you're enough. Two of Wands, but you're going to go anyway. Nine of Cups, because you know what's at stake. So the Ace of Cups is here, and it did feel like to me that it looks like you're trying to find someone. You could be wanting to try and find the self, I suppose. You could have Cancer in the chart, could be talking about Virgo as well, but I feel like you're searching the walls of your mind by yourself to see if you still have this burning love for whoever is attached to the Three of Cups. Whoever the person is that you would like to see again or have the reunion with, I feel that that's the person you've been holding the cup for. You're in hermit mode. You're scared you're going to get hurt. You don't want to move too quickly. I feel you will have victory if you do decide to move, Aries, if you do decide to move on it. Make sure that you have your answer, that you've come to your epiphany or your answer before you move forward. It feels like Scorpio energy is what I want to say. Somebody is really planning, or maybe it's the Virgo energy I'm feeling. Somebody is really planning. Yeah. So I think the question that's on your mind this week is, do I, this is the Universe card, is the World card. So do I close the chapter completely on all of this? Or do I move forward? What I think as I look at the cards is I feel like this Ace of Cups here is going to make your head explode. I think you've been thinking about it too much. You've been in hermit mode for a while. I think it's time to come out and take action, right? Like the Chariot, get in the Chariot and go. That Ace of Cups, if you've got something to say, yeah, say what you need to say. That is a song. Say what you need to say. Why can't I remember who sings it, y'all? Yeah. Say what you need to say. That's the name of the song. And I can't remember what his name is. I'm sure a bunch of you will tell me his name in the comments. If you'd be so kind, I'd like that. Thank you. And I know the song, but I can't remember the name of the guitarist that was singing it. So anyways, I think that you need to say what you need to say this week. That you either need to know if this is closing or not. And you've been stuck in this energy for a while in the hermit mode, thinking about it. Do I close it? I'm not sure. Have I missed something? I feel like probably the epiphany is I gotta go. I need some victory here. I need to know what's going on. So I feel like you are going to be reaching out to someone this week, Aries, regarding feelings. The feels. All right, here we go, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. How are you, my ball gang? Happy Tuesday to ya. If you're interested in a private read, please look in the description, my friends. Everything you need to know is there, including my email address if you need to know anything about the process. You cannot book me through email. You will have to go to Wizio, but I'm happy to answer questions. All right. Taurus, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for Taurus in this sneak peek for this week, please? Taurus. Okay. Got the Page of Cups. Chariot. Chariot also just showed up in Aries reading. In case you're dealing with an Aries. You know what I want to say immediately, Taurus, is you intuitively know that there is going to be movement here. Some of you already know what I'm talking about, just in these 3 cards. We have the Chariot and the Page of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. I feel as though there's been some lack in a connection that you've been in with someone. It could be with a Cancer. It doesn't have to be. But the Page of Cups is indicating that somebody is going to surprise on the scene after not being seen for a while, after being disconnected or you not talking to them. Somebody is going to show up. And I mean, however that is for wherever you live in the world, whether that's text because you're overseas, or whether somebody does live in your state or the next state over, or the city or province, and they're just going to drive over. But I feel like somebody is now on the approach. Ooh, and I just got a really weird feeling in my chest when I said that. Somebody is on the approach. So it feels like this is already moving. Yeah. So for some of you, this person, you're going to see them or hear from them this week. Got the Knight of Cups. That person's coming in with feelings, feelers. Yeah. Knight of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. This person wants to build a solid base with you. They also see you as someone who's admired by others or watched by others because of your craft, because of something that you do better than everyone else. This person thinks that you're on their team or feels like you are a team player, someone who would be willing to work really hard toward a cause that they were engaged in as well. It feels like this person's coming in with their feelings, though, is what I want to say. Now, the fact that we've got Cancer here and we're talking about feelings, I'm going to say that maybe you shouldn't expect too much, because Cancer does keep the feelings under the surface. Even if you're not dealing with a Cancer, this is the energy that I'm getting. So this person is not going to come at you great guns with, great displays of love. This person's coming in as the Knight of Cups. They're coming in with a message of, I have feelings here, and I want to explore whether or not there's a partnership here. Can it work? 5 and 3 is 8, right? That's about working hard or putting the work in. 8 of Pentacles can be about the workplace or about working on the self as well. But it's like somebody's coming in here this week to see if you are interested in working on some sort of a partnership that has an underlying note of romance, of attraction, of energetic attraction, not just attraction face to face, right? Attraction face to face is right here, the King of Wands. But this is also the attraction that is under the surface. Now, as I said, Cancer is showing here, and whether you're dealing with a Cancer or not, it doesn't matter. The energy here is this person's keeping their feelings under the surface. So if they do show up and appear to you to be very stoic and not very emotional on the surface, that's why. This person is, I feel, the King of Wands. They are Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or just a very fiery kind of personality. Maybe it's in the moon or the rising, but nonetheless, this person always comes in for the passion first and is very passionate about everything. The king is passionate about everything he or she does, right? Whether you're feminine or masculine. So I feel like that we have somebody who is very attracted to you, who has not the love of a page, but the love of a knight. Yes, someone who is brave and protective of your love energy, protective of their love energy. I think they're showing up as the King of Wands because it's easiest this way, because they have so many feelings under the surface that they bring out the brave face, because the King of Wands is that, right? Very brave, impulsive, risky, the person who puts on the brave face and keeps moving forward. So I think that's why this person is showing up as that. But I think that somebody that you've been disconnected from is willing to work on it now. This person's going to pop up, whether it's in text or email, or they pop up at your door, whatever it is. I think you already know it, to be honest, that it's someone who walked away, the 8 of Cups. And there he is. He or she, right? Depending on who you are and what your energy is, that could be you or them. So it feels like the Emperor who walked away is now on the way back, and you know it because the High Priestess is right here. Yep. I've got intuitive energy in Cancer and Pisces. I believe that you already know that this has been engaged. This person's made the decision. It's now not if, it's now turned to a when. Interesting. All right, Gemini, here we go for you. How are you, Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week so far. I know we're only day number 2. I know. Stuff could go sideways, right? But we're not planning on it. That's not what we're going to do. I don't know why you needed that pep talk, Gemini. I felt like you did. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you are looking for a private reading, my friend, please go to the description. All the information you need is there, and it's right by the yellow dot. There's also my email address there if you have any questions about the process. Okay. Gemini, what's coming up for you? Sneak peek for this week, Gemini. Gemini. What are you planning? Hey, what you planning? So we've got Justice crowning the reading here. We've got the Two of Coins in the future, and we've got the Fountain card in the reverse. Now, the Fountain card is specific to this deck, which is the Fountain Tarot, and it's about really paying attention to the small things. It's about the vastness of everything, but really paying close attention to the details, right? So you can see that they've got like a galaxy or it kind of looks like maybe two planets close. I don't know what you would look at it, how you are looking at it, but what I see is I see maybe two planets coming close and there's a very narrow way between them that shows the light. It feels like the fountain energy is like about paying closer attention to the vastness. It's also akin to the universe card, right? The world card. So it is about looking at everything, looking at the whole series, not just the one book, right? That's what it's looking at. It's looking at the big picture. So it feels like you've been possibly having issue with finances lately, Gemini. I mean, aren't we all? It's just after Christmas, right? And I feel like for you particularly, it could be a legal issue that's been draining you of money or has drained you of money in the past. It's a legal issue that took a very long time. Knight of Coins is here, right? Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving, going over details, splitting hairs, like almost getting so lost in the details you get off track. It feels like something that had to do with something legal, and that could be the cause of of the financial shortage or imbalance that you're experiencing right now. What I want to say, though, is that it is temporary. This is just because of this particular situation that you have the shortage of money. And I think that this is an anomaly. This isn't something that'll come up yearly or monthly. So I feel like it's just a one-time thing that you had to pay a lot of money for. But I don't necessarily feel like you got a product. I feel like you got legal representation. So it feels like lawyer fees or something you had to pay for paperwork in the courts or something like that. We have the Knight of Wands, which is in the reverse. We have the Star. And we have the King of Wands. All right. Bottom of the deck. Two of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so it feels like something that you thought that was going to be eternal, that it was going to last forever, it came to an end. And I do believe it came to an end in a legal way. The Knight of Wands being in the reverse tells me that you were stuck there for a while. You weren't passionate about any of it. You didn't really want to remain in the place that you were. I feel like this was a place where you had to force yourself to do a lot of healing, because there was just no way that you could move from where you were. I think it's because of the finances being impacted. So it feels like a couple who have decided to separate, but neither one of them can afford to buy the next house or get out of the house. It feels though the finances are going to be healed here with the Star, that there is hope and it will work out for you. But the truth is that the Star is also touching justice and the money, right? So it tells me that, the universe is trying to help you balance it all out, balance the money out with the lawyer, if that's where the money is going. King of Wands. Taking action on love, possibly. Ten of Swords. So something did come to an end here. Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Hierophant. So it was a committed relationship that wasn't going well. Yeah, there was a lot of arguments and tense times, and it feels like two people who were quite broken or not really aware of self, maybe got married too young or got married and they just were not self-aware when they did so, and it just ended up not working. But it also ended up having a really bitter battle to get out of it. It feels like, because it really impacted the pentacles here. We've got Aquarius energy here. So I feel like it does prevail for you. You get the truth. You get the justice. It does work out in your favor, Gemini. And then you get to carry on to the things you're passionate about. This whole thing grows you, is what I want to say. It really turns you into the King of Wands, who is very brave and who is always pushing forward. The King of Wands has a background of a really hard time. And the King of Wands keeps their head down and just keeps moving forward to the things they're passionate about. So I think that's what you're supposed to do, is you're supposed to just wait this out, this legal thing. This legal thing could be over with already. And the star is already coming to heal, right? The universe is saying, okay, you've gone through the worst of it. Now it's time to heal. And then you can move forward here. We've got the King of Wands, who is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, and you could have fire in the chart. That could be someone that you know. But yeah, I feel like you're in a situation that you can't get out of legally right now. All right. All right, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, how are you? Thank you for clicking here and cross-watcher. Let's take a look for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is up for Cancer this week? The sneak peek for this week. Also, Cancer, if you're interested in a private read, I do have something for every pocketbook. Please look into the description. You will see the yellow dot, which is where my email address is if you have questions. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Right. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the Fool. Interestingly enough, though, the Fool is pointing into the past. It's like there's been a cycle that's already opened, or that you... Yeah, the new cycle has already opened for you, and you're working really hard in that new cycle. It could be the new year, absolutely. Three of Cups is in the reverse. You know what I think that you're doing is you got your nose to the grindstone. I think 2023 is the year that you decide you're going to get all of it together. You're going to get everything in line. You're going to work really hard. Keep your head down. I don't think you're interested in dating. You're not interested in drama. You're not interested in socializing or going out. I think this 2023 is the year that you get super serious about your abundance, I think. And Six of Pentacles, about your abundance. Okay, because maybe you're working towards something, right? Six of Pentacles and the Judgment. It feels like that you want to get really serious to create some sort of a foundation that you feel like you don't have right now. You're making a decision that you actually want. The reason for it, that you're getting really serious, because I think you want to share it with somebody. Six of Pentacles. I think you want to be reciprocal with someone. Yeah, Four of Wands is here too. I think that you've been released from a situation here. The devil is releasing you, and maybe you've been released from a marriage. Maybe you've just gotten divorced, or just released from a relationship you didn't want to be in, possibly. We also have, Six of Pentacles. So you could be, I feel, just working on your abundance this year. I think you're it feels like you've had some situation or something that didn't make you feel good. It's made you withdraw. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Hermit. It's really made you withdraw. But the Fool is, someone who travels alone, right? The Fool isn't traveling with a whole lot of people. So I think this is you beginning a new cycle, but it almost feels like you're going back to the past for something, because the Fool is facing into the past. Got the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. Interesting. So you go from not really knowing what to do, kind of being hard on yourself. I'm not really sure what I should do, beating yourself up, feeling like you're in a competition with the rest of the world. You go from that energy to, you know what? Maybe if I just use one of these wands to manifest some stuff, then I could have some victory. Maybe I can have it all. People are cheering you on. I feel like you're a popular person. You know how to talk to people. I feel like you usually have success in anything that you want. But right now, the Three of Cups is in the reverse. It feels like you haven't had any success or any victory in love, but it's not your focus right now. But I'm not really sure, Cancer, if it's not your focus because you feel like you can't have it, or if it's not your focus just because you want to be focused on your abundance. King of Swords. I really feel like it's focus. Yeah, it is focus. I feel like you are not interested in like I said, socializing, dating, whatever you want to call it. I feel like you've just opened a new chapter. It feels like it is to restore things that didn't work out in the past. Now be careful with that energy, right? Because you can't change the past. There's no way you can fix it. All you can do is move forward. But I feel like you're off on your own. Yeah, that you've walked away from the competition, that you don't really care if you have victory in these social situations. It feels like you're just kind of out for logic and money. Somebody here has gained some knowledge, or, because I see the King of Swords as ultimately very intelligent, sometimes to a point where they don't really have social skills, to be honest. But I feel like this person is highly, highly intelligent. And I think that we're working in your passions right now. I don't think that it's passion for a person. I think it's passion for an open cycle right here. And I feel like you are going to be this week exploring that. I think you're just going to stay on the horse, stay on the path, and keep honing the self is what I want to say. Keep telling yourself the truth. Keep reevaluating yourself, reevaluating what you're doing, your business plan, reevaluating how you work. Yeah, and don't worry about the competition, because there isn't anyone like you on the planet. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Why would they make a bunch of duplicates? I mean, we do end up with duplicates, right? It's the truth. We end up with duplicates in twins and triplets and stuff, and that's intended. But yeah, you're here to be yourself. All right. Leo, hello. How are you, Leo? Happy Tuesday to you. Elsie here with your sneak peek for this week. Leo, if you are interested in a private read, please look below in the description. Look for the yellow dot. My email address is there if you have any questions about the process of getting a private reading. And if you don't have questions, there is a link to Wizzy. It'll take you right there. All right, here we go. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo. What's coming up for Leo this week, please? Okay. Thank you. Let's take one off the top here. Oh, my goodness, throwing things around. Okay. So, truth and honesty, first and foremost, right? You're looking over a situation that has to do with passion. It feels like it's a brand new meeting. That you know somebody, or you met somebody, and you're very attracted to them. Right now, it's fun, it's free. Nobody's tying anybody down. Right? Nobody's mentioning the R word, relationship, right? That's what it feels like. It's fun and it's free, but nonetheless, it leaves you in your head thinking about what's coming next. Now, be careful of FOMO, right? Be careful of that. Fear of missing out, right? Looking too far into the future, you're not paying attention to what's in the moment, what's in this moment. So be aware of that. Make sure that you're thinking about what's going on now. But I feel like what's going on is that you're up in your head about some sort of connection that's really kind of fun and free right now. It could be someone who's younger than you, or someone who feels younger than you, if they aren't younger than you. And I feel like it looks like you're kind of looking at this situation like, I need to get the truth here. Is this just fun? Is that what it is? Like, are we just going to, just have some fun and then never see each other again? Or it feels like somebody is wondering. It's on both sides. I feel like that some people, some of you, some energies are wondering if this person's going to stay, or are they this free with their energy with everybody? It's like you're thinking about the situation and wondering if this person's going to stay with you. For others of you, you're wondering if you want to stay. You're wondering if this is even worth putting the energy into, because it just seems right now. And the thing is, the truth is it's very young. It's a very recent connection. It's very young and it's very fiery. And I don't mean young in chronological age. I mean like it is, you've only known each other a couple of weeks or a month or something like that. And it feels like somebody here is already kind of looking over the situation, wondering if they should cut it out, they should tell the truth, not really sure. It feels like somebody here, it's probably you, that is not really not really feeling the connection or not really sure what to do next. So the Hanged Man is here, right? You're trying to look at everything. You're trying to weigh it out against maybe whatever's going on in your life right now, trying to make the best decision you can. I think you're going to come up with some sort of an epiphany because the King of Swords is here. The King of Swords will eventually find the answers, but will also obsessively think about it. The good thing about the King of Swords is it's like you, the King of Swords is a fixed sign, Aries, right? Or sorry, Aquarius. Yeah, so I feel like the energies are kind of similar here. Yeah, you're similar to the King of Swords, and you're a thinker or an overthinker. Oh no. I said that because, oh no, because I was talking about the person who is thinking, is this person for me? Do I want to cut them out? Right? And I think that the reason you're thinking of cutting them out is because they're getting too close. This person is poking you in the emotions. They feel like someone you've known before, or you've known them for a while, and they poke at your emotions. They make you think, they make you connect to your intuition. Look at all this Piscean energy here. You could have Pisces in the moon or the rising. You could be dealing with a high priestess, somebody who really intuitively is always checking with her gut first, but will always go over the facts, right? Have the facts been presented to her? And even when they're not, she can usually make some sort of a concise judgment. But I think right now, ultimately, you're staying quiet. Yeah, you're not saying anything about what you're feeling. You are taking time to step back and look at it to see if there's anything that you're missing. Is it worth the sacrifice? Do I really want to stay here for a while? So you're trying to figure out whether this is going to be for you or not. Do we have enough energy here for this all to materialize into the 3D? Should I talk to this person? Because this is the messenger, right? It's the messenger of material things, or messenger in the 3D, something that's materializing here. Could be a gift. It feels like I think, Leo, are thinking that perhaps maybe there is something that could materialize here, but you're going to stay quiet about it for now. I don't think that you're going to tell this person that you think that you have a special connection with them. So if it's not a soulmate connection, it's a special connection, or you've known this person for a while. And I think you're just going to be really careful with the answer that you come up with this week. I think that the answer you come up with this week is, yeah, right here. This person is probably a great fit for your abundance, for your family. Maybe the kids like them. Maybe they haven't met your kids, or you haven't met theirs, but that you think it would be a great abundance. Yeah, I think that's what you're deciding here. It feels like there's a past here with you and them, that maybe somebody offered this already to the other person. You know what I think, Leo, is that this person has maybe offered you more than you wanted in the past. And I think you're thinking about it now. You're now considering the situation that maybe, if I was a little more healed, just looking into the bottom of the deck, maybe if you were a little more healed, right, that the heartbreak would go away, that the boredom would go away. You're very attracted to this person, but you have a lot of secrets, and you're not sure if they're going to take kindly to it, right? You're not sure how they're going to take kindly to the secrets that you're holding. I feel like you're making a decision this week, or at least looking it over and deciding with your gut about whether or not you want to move forward with this Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Moving things forward into the future here with this person, because it feels like you want things to move really quickly. That's what it feels like, because it feels like you've been at this place before, or you've known this person before, or you may already have a friendship or relationship with them. All right. Virgo, this is for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo, how are you? I hope you are well. And Virgo, if you're interested in a private read, please look into the description. Look for the yellow dot. You'll see my email address there. I always like me an email. Yep. Ask me if you have any questions about the process, but please book over at Wizoo. You cannot book me through email. All right, Virgo, this is for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's the most important thing for Virgo, please. Most important thing that we need to know for this week for Virgo. All right, take those. Okay. Interesting. We've got the Lovers. We've got the Two of Wands in the reverse and the Temperance in reverse. I do believe we have a relationship here that is suffering or is sick, is what I want to say, is of ill health. That's usually what I see when I see the Temperance in reverse, that it's something that is failing in health. What I think is failing in health is a connection that you have to someone who you possibly see as a soulmate, someone that you feel not only connected to physically, but spiritually. And it feels like you are avoiding the inevitable, is what I want to say here, Virgo. You're avoiding making a decision to go forward and move away from this connection. It feels like this connection stops you from feeling healthy, whether it's mentally healthy or physically healthy. It's like some sort of energy that's within this connection is not healthy for you. And you are looking at whether you should maybe make a decision, to move forward, to move out and see what is out there. That maybe you committed in haste. It feels like you blame yourself for a lot of it, a lot of what is going on in the relationship. I feel like you beat yourself up a lot about why things didn't work out, that maybe you didn't have enough passion. I feel like you've always wanted this to work, though. I feel like you've always wanted this to work, but I also feel like you've been through a lot in your life, and it feels like you came upon this union or relationship or whatever the Lovers represents. You came upon this directly after a time when you had been beat down, like beat to the ground. Something had you on your knees. Something terrible had just dropped you to your knees, and I feel like after that it's that you are now looking at not only this Lovers connection, not only that, you're looking at life with a different set of lens, I think, with a different set of lenses on. You're seeing different things that maybe the victory here isn't really a victory. Maybe it's a lot of arguing and fighting with a little bit of passion, right? And the passion keeps being renewed in this relationship, but we can't ignore we got 3 wands here. You want to go. You're trying to make the decision as to whether you want to go or not. You will decide. What's the decision? Decision is 3 of Cups in the reverse. The decision is to leave. You're ending a third party, I believe. So what I think is maybe you got someone in the DMs, or they do. Take it as it resonates. Flip it as you need to. That just doesn't seem like fun anymore. It seems like a lot of arguments. It's intense conversations. Every time I open my mouth, you got something smart to say. Every time, you do this or I do this, you are critical of me. Like it feels like it's gotten to a place that's not fun anymore for you. And what you want is something with some sort of foundation. Feels like you're not exactly sure what you want to do, because it feels like it's not any fun anymore. It feels like we're in the 3 of Cups in the reverse. We're in the 5 of Swords, and then we're looking at the 4 of Wands. So it's like you're fighting with yourself. This person I know is connected to me in a way that nobody else is, which is likely a soulmate connection. But there's imbalance here, right? There's fighting and arguing, and this really isn't any fun, and I've decided it's not any fun anymore. It's really just a lot of passion. We keep renewing the passionate moments, but nobody's really working on the relationship. This is the week, I believe, that you decide that you make a decision. Maybe you don't decide, but after not wanting to do anything about it, in the 7 of Wands here, I feel like you do make a decision to end it. To end the partnership, because it's gotten to be the place of a partnership. It doesn't really feel romantic to me. We've got no cups. It feels like a lot of wands, and we've got the 3 of cups, but it's in the reverse. So there isn't a whole lot of emotion here in this relationship anymore. It feels like less than that. Yeah. All right, Libra, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. My Libra friends, this is your sneak peek for this week. Libra, if you are interested in a private read, go to the description. Look for the yellow dot. That's where my email address is. It's also where the link to Wizio is. You cannot book me an email, but I'm happy to answer any questions about the process. I love me an email. All right. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for Libra this week, please? Libra. Is that 3? Okay, we'll take them. 2 wands on the bottom of the deck. 7 of swords. 6 of swords and 7 of swords. Isn't that interesting? No, 6 of wands, sorry. So this is the Wandering Moon Tarot, and in this deck the cups are moons, the stars are pentacles. So we've got the Knight of Cups here. Libra, it feels like you've been lying to yourself that you don't need attention. I feel like you really are opening yourself up to the universe, going to take a risk, and maybe you're going to try a relationship. It feels like the 7 of Swords is the warning in your head, is what I want to say. I don't think this is actually the overall energy of the reading, but maybe it is because it's in your head and this is your read, right? But the 7 of Swords is telling me that that maybe you might be fooling yourself in a situation that involves the Knight of Moons here, that involves the Knight of Cups. You're talking yourself out of maybe going on a date, seeing someone, telling them your feelings. Feels like you're talking yourself out of it, but you do want victory with it. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands and the Star. So something ended, and then there was some healing. There was a decision by the Queen of Wands to be courageous and move along. Knight of Pentacles. And that was a long time ago. So you might be wanting to revisit somebody in this retrograde period. All right, let's keep looking here. Libra. Got the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. So you see the potential, you see the abundance in this person. You know what it feels like? You do have feelings for somebody, but you're talking yourself out of it with the 7 of Swords. It's like you're feeling like you can't do it or don't have it in you, or it's like you're lying to yourself. The illusion that you've built is the reason Libra doesn't get what Libra wants is because, you know, the universe is against them, and it's not the truth. The truth is I feel like you're more in fear than anything else. But I think it's the thoughts up in the mind. Of course, you're my cerebral lovely, right? You are someone who's going to get stuck in your mind every once in a while. So I feel like you worry about it. I feel like you worry about your abundance, and you worry about if you'll ever find love again. I think all of the worry is stemming from the 7 of Swords. I feel like that's where you live, in that negative space. Feeling like you're not going to be able to get away with it. Feeling like you're not going to be able to grab all the swords and run off with them. Feeling like you have to do that it's not going to be blessed to you, that you have to take it and run. And I think that's further from the truth. We've got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. The 5 of Cups in the reverse is, I got to do it with no regrets. It's the truth. You have one life. Don't stop. Live it up. That's what Headley says in their song, One Life, right? If it was your last night in these streets, you'd be a fool to take a seat because you've got one life. Yeah. One life, for sure. So I feel like you suffer from looking too far into the future, and that scares you, because I feel like you sort of tell yourself the tale of what is supposed to happen, and when it doesn't go that way, it's not good. Like for you, it just doesn't. It's hard on your mind. It's like when your plan does not execute exactly the way that you want it, it feels like it gets a little tough for you. But the truth of the matter is we all need to be in the flow. We do. Then there's no regrets. I think that you need to have no regrets of anything that you've done up to here, and you could always change your mind. You can always change the situation. I think what you want is you want to find love in the future, but we can manifest it, right? Say this is the manifestation, the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Maybe that's the manifestation, but the 7 of Swords is right here saying, but yeah, I really don't deserve it. I can't receive it, right? You need to get out of regret, Libra. Yeah. I think the abundance is like right there. It's hovering right there, but you need to break down the 7 of Swords in order to see it. Yeah. It's time for you to put down the 9 swords and just move on over to the Ace. It's time to contact or communicate this person you plan on taking your love energy to, or someone that you want to tell about your emotions. It's time to move forward here. You have to stop living in the 7 of Swords. I think that's the decision that you make this week, that you've decided you're going to stop living in the 7 of Swords. All right. Scorpio. My friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, thank you for clicking here, Scorpios and Cross-Watchers. This is your sneak peek for this week, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio. What do we have? What's the most important thing for Scorpio? What do they need to know for this week? All right, so you decide to go. Where are you going? You're going somewhere where you feel you're going to be putting yourself in competition. The 9 of Swords tells me it's freaking you out just a little bit. Yeah, Scorpio, it's like you have made a decision to do something. Communication, perhaps. Got the 8 of Wands. The Daughter of Swords, who is the Page. Information, understood. So you do have something that you want to talk to someone about. It is the Empress. I feel, Scorpio, this is the week that you do it. If you've been thinking about whether or not you should be communicating or connecting with the Empress, I think that the reading just told you yes. So if you're on the fence about it, if you're at the 2 of Wands here and you're then waiting on the edge, wondering if you should go, because you're scared is why you're waiting here, why you're stalled here. Yeah, I think that you're worried about, you're in indecision, 5 Wands, and you're worried about how this whole thing is going to pan out for you here. Are you healed enough? Do you have enough spiritual lessons? Have you healed the spiritual side of you? I think you have, because this little lamb here has the third eye open, right? I feel like somebody has had an awakening because we've got lightning coming through the Hierophant. It's like there is an aha moment or something that you've had a realization about. Something that you've been scared to move forward on, but I feel as though the reason that you haven't moved on is because you're very traditional. You follow a certain way about things. You have certain ideas and you abide by those ideas. They're rules that you've made up yourself. But nonetheless, I feel like you're very rule bound. And so the Hierophant is here, I think, to kind of flag you is what I want to say. That it feels like you're waiting, and it's like you're trying to find reasons to wait. I mean, you can find 100 reasons a day if you wanted to, but I feel like somebody here has had their spiritual eyes opened here, and it is frightening, because that's exactly what it is. It is frightening. When your third eye is open, it's frightening when you realize what you've been putting up with for so long. Somebody's trying to heal the spiritual self, and it's terrifying. Yeah, because ascensions, what happens? You have a lot of cold and flu symptoms. You can't get out of bed. You feel like you're exhausted, maybe a little depressed. Like when you're going through an ascension, it really is exhausting. I think you are going through an ascension. I think that the universe is preparing you for love. I've got the Strength card on the bottom here. Look at that. The universe is saying it's time for the transformation of your courage. It's time for you to move forward. It is, I feel that this whole situation is about a love commitment, that you want to ask somebody about the commitment, and you're hesitating to do that. Indecision is here. You're terrified. You're terrified that this is the end. It's like, it's not that you don't want to go forward and reach out for the point of being strong and learning your lessons, your karmic lessons, and reaching out. I really think that the reason you're not reaching out is because you think that this is the end, that this person is just going to send you off. But I want you to notice how these cards come out, right? That there is courage and strength and growth and clarity in love here, I believe. You're going to get it. I don't think that you need to worry about it. I think that you're going to get it. And I think you're going to get it as quickly as you want. With the Son of Swords showing up is the Knight of Swords. We've got the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of change for you here this week, that you'll be changing your mind, coming to an aha moment, realizing that you are healed enough to carry forward in love. You're going to have courage to end something so something else can begin. There's a lot of stuff going on for you this week. Scorpio, put on that seatbelt. Holy smokes. It's about to kick off. That's what I think. It feels that way. So we do have the fixed energies here. We have Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. We do have, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Interesting. They're all present here. So I feel as though this is the week. This is the week that you go for broke. You either transform this situation or it ends. But either way, the universe has got your back. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Strength card, and we have the Transformation card. You're literally in the hands of the Creator. The Creator's saying, look, I'll catch you. Go. Do it. I'll catch you. If it doesn't work out, I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Yeah, it's okay. It's going to be fine, Scorpio. Yep, you got someone holding you by the straps of your pants. All right, Sagittarius, here we go. My Sagittarius lovelies. Elsie here doing your sneak peek for this week. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I am your Saggy sister. Sagittarius is in my rising. If you are interested in a private read, please look into the description. The information that you need is there, including my email address if you have any questions about the process. I always welcome an email. All right, here we go, Sagittarius. This is you. Sneak peek for this week, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sagittarius. Interesting. Keep that one. What else? There's one. And, well, you know, that one's sticking out. So let's take that one. Bottom of the deck. There you are. Look at that. There you are, Sagittarius. Oh, my healed friend. Look at that. Beautiful healing and balance and health and yes, and the things that you want are here. And yes, whatever you've been asking the universe, yes. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the week. Somebody who walked away has made the decision to walk back. 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords. Somebody who was feeling blocked and couldn't make a decision is now taking an absolute risk. But they think that they're in control of it because they are the magician. Oh my. All right, let's take a look at this. Bottom of the deck before we even flip the 3. Wow. Okay. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, and we got the 10 of Pentacles. Could you be dealing in more earth energy than that? So, Five of Pentacles. It feels like you're really engaged in your business right now, Sagittarius. That you're really focused on whatever it is that you do better than other people. It's like you have an eye for detail that no other people have. That even though they won't say so, they know that you are the person who is the most learned in your craft. That you probably have more intuitive knowledge than people would admit or want you to have, Sagittarius. It feels like you know that there is abundance or good things coming. It feels like that's what you're working toward. You're working toward your 10 of Pentacles, whether this means long-term relationship or abundance. I feel like we're dealing in money here. Might be turn into a financial reading, maybe. But so it feels like you come from a place of lack, but because of what you do and that you're kind of at the top of your field, or you are one of the authorities, or you're someone who's really good with the details about what you do, that people look at your work as, top-notch work. It feels like you are working towards your 10 of Pentacles. I think that you ultimately just want to have, abundance that you don't have to worry about. You want to be able to support your family and friends and children. I think that you also are looking forward to maybe looking forward to having a long-term relationship, right? Four of Cups and Knight of Cups. It feels as though you had offered someone your emotions. You thought that this person was aware. That's what I want to say. You thought that this person was aware of the way you felt because you looked up to them. You felt like they had a lot of knowledge. This guy is sitting in a library, and amongst all the books is that one cup that he's ignoring. He's even covering his face. So it feels like somebody that you expressed emotion to didn't express anything back. They stayed quiet. They didn't give you yes, they didn't give you a no. They just kind of nothinged you. The Knight of Cups tells me that you might have a change of mind soon about this person who nothinged you, because I think they're coming back. And this time I think what they're dragging with them is the 10 of Pentacles. I think that you are really willing to put in the work or work really hard on a connection that maybe has been a little tough in the past. But you know that this person is someone who does have regret for the way that they ignored the cup or ignored your emotional energy at first. I think they were just scared. I think this person, when they fall really hard. And that's the reason that they didn't answer you. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. We're not together anymore. We have the memories and thoughts of nostalgia. We did have good times. There were times when we were laughing and talking. Three and four is 7, right? 7 cups, overwhelm, emotional overwhelm. So someone presented you the cup and you didn't know what to do with it. And it wasn't that you didn't want it, or maybe I'm talking about your person, but it wasn't that you didn't want the cup or they didn't want the cup. It was that they were probably dating or in a thing already. And that I feel that they had even bigger feelings than you realize with the Knight of Cups. But I also feel like that they were in a thing that they are no longer in anymore. And they're in this moment thinking about nostalgic stuff about you, but feeling very overwhelmed because they know that they pushed you away. But this thing is over now. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo like yourself. We also have now Pisces and Pisces and Virgo. I feel that there is going to be a second shot here, is what I want to say, that there is a King of Wands who intends on coming back round. The King of Wands is the one who was in another relationship that they are no longer in. And this is their second chance. Yeah. It feels like at first you may have told them how you felt, but they didn't reciprocate. This person has now realized. I think that the Three of Cups comes into play because of the Knight of Cups, because we realize now where our feelings are and where the abundance is. And I made a really big mistake and I got to go back and tell Sagittarius. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, we're talking about the overwhelm right here, 3 and 4, right? So the Seven of Cups, right? You have to make a choice, or they have to make a choice. Somebody is needing to make a choice, but it's overwhelming. They've decided that they're going to try again or come back, but they don't know if you are into it. They don't know if they're going to get reciprocal energy from you. They don't know if you really feel that way about them, if you feel like if you still feel like they're a soulmate, or if you still want to even know them. I feel like there's historical energy with you guys that was confusing and overwhelming and very emotional, and it's time to work it out. This is the week that it is time to work it out. We've got the Three of Wands. Someone is poised to go. Yep, Wheel of Fortune is there. Page of Cups, there is the apology. So I feel this is the week. This is the week that you finally decide, Sagittarius, or they do, take it as it resonates, that one of you is coming forward to the other person, and it's going to be the week that you communicate. I do believe somebody's making it a big decision to move forward, even though they don't know what is in the future. They don't know if you're going to take them or tell them to go away. Okay, and Capricorn. Let's take a look here. Capricorn, welcome to your sneak peek for this week. Elsie here to do your reading. If you're interested in a private read, Capricorn, please look into the description. Look for the yellow dot. You'll find my email address there, along with a link to Wizio if you're interested in a private. Okay. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the sneak peek for this week for Capricorn, please. Sneak peek for this week for Capricorn. Capricorn. Oh, okay. What's this? All right. There we go. All right, so there's a decision being made here. Should I stay or should I go now? What I want to say is that you are trying to find the balance in the answer. There is something here that you wish not to see, Capricorn. That you don't want to see it, turning a blind eye to it. It's like you're not really, you don't really have all the details. Or you have all the details, but you're not willing to see them. So we have the Two of Swords, right? Wanting to make a decision about something that is weighing heavily on you. Something that you would like to heal, but it feels like it's something about leaving, or I need to go. There's no more adventure here. I need to make a decision about what am I going to do with the rest of my life, because I feel like there's no adventure here. You're up in your head here. Aquarius energy. And the Two of Swords energy. So you're thinking a lot about the journey, about should I be on a different journey? Am I on the right path? Should I go right now, or should I wait for the ships to come in? You want to heal. You want to heal yourself. You want to heal the situation. You want to have hope that it's going to work out. Is it going to work out? Can you heal it? Well, you know, it feels like the renewal of passion. You can heal the sex life, I feel. It feels like, you know, that you're really attracted to each other still, which is good, which is also not enough to sustain a relationship. You're worried that that's all that's left. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm feeling as well. You're kind of worrying if that's all that's left. Is it all that's left? Our attraction and our great sex life, is that all that's left? Because that's really what you start to concentrate on as a person who's been divorced after 21 years of marriage almost. I feel like that is what you start to focus on in the end stages of the end of the relationship. You start to say, well, you know, the sex is fine. Yeah. But I think that you're in a place of burden. It feels like every day is really heavy for you, and you're asking for healing. You're asking for, it feels like you are reaching out to the universe and you're asking for help, but you're not willing to make the changes that it's going to take in order for you to be able to truly heal. Because you're not willing to see what's actually wrong here. We got the Strength card, so you're trying to find the courage. The universe has got your back here, right? The universe, this is major arcana, right? The major secret is is that there is strength and courage. You have it. It's underlying. You are the wounded warrior. You're the one who puts your head down and just keeps moving. I think that you have the courage and the bravery to be seen, to do the thing, to tame the beast, to get everything in order so it all moves forward for you. But first you have to stop, looking through the veil. You have to understand that there is an issue here. And the issue is there's no cups. There's 0 cups in this reading. Yeah. Yeah, I think you end up walking away. I think you don't know it or you don't see it yet. I think what you end up doing is, rather than trying to find the courage as the wounded warrior to stay here and keep being hurt over and over again, it turns to, I need to have the courage to walk away. And I don't know if I can do that in the moon energy. Or it's the decision that you don't see coming. Because, a lot of people come here and because it doesn't resonate in the next 8 seconds, they're clicking on the X and, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But these are predictions, y'all. If this isn't happening right now, it's coming up. Yeah, for those of you that it resonates with, some of you, it's coming up. Yeah, it's something to do with love here. The love of a soulmate. It feels like things are moving on more to a, I want to say like a swords kind of energy. Like it's more about talking. It's more about, the juggling of words. It's more about being very pointed and I may be right, you may be wrong. It's like splitting hairs. It's like it's gone from love. It's reduced to just arguments and who's right in the right fight. That's what it feels like. I feel like some of you, if this resonates, I feel like you're going to be walking away from this relationship. You may make the decision to do it this week, but you may not do it for a while. I just don't think you're up for it, right? Who is? Nobody wants to make those major life changes so early into the new year, but maybe it's something you've been thinking about for a while. All right, Aquarius, this is you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you so much for clicking here, and cross watchers, I appreciate you. If you are interested in a private read, please know that you can go to the description at any time, click on the button for Wizio or the link for Wizio, and if you have any questions about my process, please email me. Look for the yellow dot in the description, and that is where my email address is as well. All right, Aquarius, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up this week for Aquarius, please? Aquarius. There we go. There we go. So for some of you, you're opening a new cycle with someone, someone that you see to be very stable, someone who feels like they could be a stable partner and bring some stability to your life. Because I feel like you're dealing right now in the Two of Pentacles. It's like you're trying to keep your balance and all the balls are in the air. I feel like you're a great juggler and that you're really great at saving face when it comes to other people, asking you how life is right now. Hey, how's it going, Aquarius? Yeah, it's good. Meanwhile, Two of Pentacles, right? You're waiting for it all to fall in. You're hoping you don't get pushed off the rock, right? By all the splashes and the wind, right? The wind must be going because there's lots of splashing going on around the feet, which is dangerous and slippery. It feels like you feel that it could all cave in at any minute. What's this about? It feels like that's what you feel about relationships. It feels like it can go from absolutely wonderful and amazing to horrible, to juggling, to I'm barely holding on. But I think you just want the new experience. You're willing to have the new experience, to try out maybe moving in with somebody or maybe combining your families. It feels like you feel you have a really deep connection to somebody here. Even though they make you feel out of balance, I don't think they make you feel like not enough, but I think that they make you want to work harder, but they also make you feel like you have more at risk, more to lose. It's like when you were by yourself, you didn't have really much to lose, right? You disappointed yourself or you didn't, but I feel like now it feels like you feel as though you have a lot to lose if you open up this Four of Wands with the Fool. So it's a financial thing. You feel like you don't have enough. Well, and the thing is that when the Queen of Pentacles shows up in the reverse, it's a lot more than money, because the Queen of Pentacles is the Empress in training. She's usually really very giving of her time and her love and her money, her energy, her healing. And when she's in the reverse, she's really reserving it for herself. So it almost feels like somebody here is living in scarcity. So they feel like they aren't enough, don't have enough, they can't be enough. You know what I mean? It is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse can indicate a money in fluctuation, right? That there's probably, money that's going up and down. But it feels mostly to me like somebody is stepping off the ledge, taking a risk about moving in with somebody or wanting to move in with somebody. And they either feel like they can't financially handle it, or that they feel like they can't handle the home and hearth part. Not everybody is the Empress, right? Not everybody wants to, be the CEO of the home and take care of everybody while doing their own thing that keeps them happy as well. Not everybody wants to do that. Yeah, it feels, Aquarius, like you're the one that is... that doesn't necessarily know if you want it. There's a hesitation here. The 4 and the 1, which is the ace, is 5 wands is about indecision. It's about trying to think it over, but beating yourself up. Maybe I'm just not making the right decision for everybody. And you don't want it to you don't want to rely on your passion. Like, I'm passionate about this person, but really, it really feels like somebody here is looking deeply into whether they even want to give this a shot, because they're not sure of whether they can keep up financially, and they are into it with the Empress. Bottom of the deck. You're in love with the Empress, but you're not sure if the Empress is in love with you, whether you're feminine or masculine. It feels like it could be like an attraction, like a really heated attraction, like crazy chemistry. An attachment could also be fear, but it could also be toxicity. Somebody here could be bringing toxic things to the relationship. That'll happen when somebody has not healed between relationships. They decide that they're going to jump in anyway, but it ends up being super toxic because they haven't healed from the past trauma. So I feel as though that there is a decision to make here for you. It feels like you want the Empress, but you don't feel like you have enough for the Empress, whether you're feminine or masculine. It feels like you feel as though the Empress is above you or has more than you, or, okay, above you is probably going to rile some feathers. So I'm just going to say, like, not above you, but you hold them in higher regard than the self, is what I want to say. You're very passionately attracted to this person, but I feel like you are worried that if you get into this, you won't be able to support the lifestyle of the Empress. Just know this. For anybody who's in this scenario, please know that the Empress brings her own abundance. She doesn't need your abundance. She, in fact, doesn't need you at all, period. She wants you. And that's a really beautiful place to be, actually, when someone has no need of you. You don't come to that relationship with a job, but that person wants you, because they just want to be in your space, want to be in your realm, right? It could be the other way around. Maybe that person doesn't have any money and you're not interested in carrying the whole thing by yourself. You can, because you're Taurus and Libra, you can carry it, but maybe you're just not interested in doing that. Yeah. So take it as it resonates, right? This person is someone that you're ultimately super duper duper attracted to. And yeah, 2 dupers. Really attracted to, right? With the devil energy present there. All right. Pisces. Try and get these cards off the table. There we go. My Pisces friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for this week, Pisces. If you are interested in a private read, please go ahead and check the description. There's a link there to Wizio, and also, by the yellow dot is my email address if you have any questions about the process. I'd be glad to help you out with that. But you cannot book me an email. You must book me at Wizio. All right. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's see what is up for you this week. This is your sneak peek for this week, Pisces. I am your Pisces sister. I'm 2 fishes in my moon sign. How about you? All right. Pisces. Okay. Got one. For anybody who's dealing in a legal issue, you are going to prevail. If there's any legal things that are pending for you, pending against you, I feel like you will hear that the victory is yours. We have Justice and the King of Swords. I feel like we have the lawyer and the judge, present, but in the midst of them is an answer of victory. I feel like that part of the decision is, look where this person has come from. This person has, a squeaky clean record and nothing else has ever gone on with them. And they are actually, a war hero coming back from the fight, having won the war. And this person should be decorated, not persecuted. So it feels like something is going in your favor. And it may not be that scenario. It may be for some of you. But I feel like the truth will prevail here. So if you are worried about any sort of legal issue, if you've been wishing I might. The well is here. And so whatever wish that you have here, I believe is about to come true. If it's, doesn't even have to be of a legal nature. It could just be that the truth is going to prevail here, which is going to ultimately lead you to victory. I think a lot of people are going to watch you do that. The Eight of Swords. Oh, extra card. Eight of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. Interesting. I feel as though the thing that is most important to know here is that everything is coming to the surface. So I want you to be not so worried about telling your side of the story. The Eight of Swords is, oh boy, when I decide what I'm going to say it. I'm going to throw daggers. Like the Eight of Swords is, my hands are tied for now, but boy, when the ropes are cut and I am free, you better look out. I feel like the Sun is trying to temper you, to tell you that that's probably not the best way to use your energy or the energy of the universe. That when you make those decisions and you throw that anger and sadness and angst, and I know it's not easy for sure. Look, I've been divorced. I know it's not easy. But I feel as though that the Sun is trying to temper you and say, you know what? Things all come to light. Karma never loses an address. All things shall come to light. The Five of Swords is here. It's like it's been a really tough time. It's been a hard fight. I'm tired of arguing and the harsh words. I'm tired of being up in my head trying to find the words. I feel like the Sun is here to bail you out. Yeah. It's like these are both cards of victory, seeing you in the moon or in the sunlight now, seeing you on the stage. Everybody's going to see it. And I feel like that is what is going to release you from the Eight of Swords. I feel also that the King of Swords could be releasing you from the Eight of Swords as well, because the King carries a sword and then it's 9, right? 9 swords, which is the point at which you can put it down. We have the Nine of Pentacles, as we said, 9. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Whatever is coming to a head, if this is a legal thing for you, I feel like it frees you. And when it does free you, that you are single. So maybe we're talking about, pardon me, talking about a separation or a divorce, likely. But you'll be free of it, I feel. You'll be free to start a new partnership or to work on something from the ground up, to make something from the ground up that is going to make you ultimately prosper. So you have some sort of a skill, an innate knowing that you can do something that other people can't do. The Sun is here to shine on it. So I feel like if this is a legal thing that you're getting over here, that your victory leads you to hope, which is in the Sun, and that leads you to build something new or cooler, faster, better, stronger version of whatever it is. And I think that your fuel is the Three of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it feels like the fuel is the Three of Swords. It's like somebody broke your heart, or this was heartbreaking or disappointing. And I'm tired of living in swords, tired of living in the legal system, tired of living where other people are making decisions about my life. I don't want that anymore. So I feel like that there is some sort of third party that comes to an end. So the justice, I feel, is that we can stop fighting about this, and now I can be single and heal my broken heart. So somebody is making the decision this week that after this legal stuff is over, I'm going to stay single. I'm going to be single because it's going to be time to heal this broken heart here. I feel like there is if you are leaving this relationship or this marriage with not a whole lot of funds, I feel like it's not a whole lot of time before you get that all back. I feel like you become abundant really quickly. in this individual energy that you're in here. But it's still heartbreaking. It's still disappointing, even that you're building it alone, Pisces. I feel like you're building it alone. It is lonely. The sun is here to keep you warm. People are seeing you do your work, which is giving you victory. I feel like somebody's watching you, like a group of people. So you could be someone who is online. Maybe that's the way you make your business, whether you have an online store or maybe you have, some presence on a platform somewhere. Yeah, I feel like once the legal stuff is out of the way, then it's smooth sailing for you, because the sun is here right at the center of the reading, right? It's giving clarity and warmth and growth to everything that's around it. Yeah, including the swords. Yep. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I am going to go for now, and I'll be back, of course, during the week with more readings. I'm out for now. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.